Who's on there? One way down. I didn't know that well, that
No, I don't.
Now 7 o'clock. Please stand. Tonight we have prayer conference.
Please excuse me. Just finished soccer practice. I would invite all of those that would like to please join me in prayer. Dear wise and loving Heavenly Father, we want to thank you on behalf of all those gathered here, and thank you for our many and abundant blessings. We thank you for life itself and for the measure of health, for the fact that we have lives of purpose and we are able to fulfill our callings. We thank you for sustenance and friendship. We want to thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and bearing the honor of being given responsibility. I thank you for the great nation of which we are a part, for the freedom to embrace the rights of each and every individual. Thank you for loving us and from your boundless and gracious nature. In the scriptures you have said that citizens ought to obey the governing authorities, since these authorities promote peace, order, and justice. There I pray for our mayor, for the various levels of city officials, and for, in particular, this assembled. I pray that you would grant them wisdom to govern in conflicting and interesting times. I would pray that you would grant them a sense of welfare and an understanding of the true needs of our community. We pray that they would have a keen thirst for justice and righteousness, and that they would be given confidence in what is good and fitting. And may they be blessed with the ability to work together in harmony. I guess we could call it disagreeing but committing. And may they also be blessed with personal peace in their lives and joy in their tasks. I pray for the agenda set before them today. Please give an assurance of what you would have this council and this community do, so that all may benefit who live and work in and around our beloved city of Sterling, Colorado. It is in your most blessed Son's name that I pray.
Please stand, please, and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. call roll.
Councilmember Avalon,
Present.
Councilmember Ford,
Here.
Councilmember Lawson,
Here.
Councilmember McCarty,
Present.
Councilmember
Please
Mitchell,
stand, please, for joining in the pledge.
Councilmember Rice. Here. Mayor Perez.
Present. First thing on the agenda is the consent agenda. Tonight we have 3 items under the consent agenda. The first one is consideration of city council minutes of April 25th, 2017. We got an application for renewal of travel liquor license for Cross Mud. And we have an application for the hotel and restaurant for the Vermont Country Kitchen. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Been moved by Councilmember David Avalon, second by Councilmember Janice Rice, to approve the consent agenda as read. Is there any discussion? Council, please cast a vote.
All votes are cast.
Change vote, please do so now. Please show the vote.
6 yes vote. Motion passes. I'm sorry, 7 yes.
Probably all there. But I'm not the only one that has to go. Next thing on the agenda is the communication of personal appearance of non-scheduled citizens for the council. If anyone is in the audience who is not on the agenda would like to address council, you can do so at this time. You'll step up to the podium. Seeing none, we'll go on to the next item on the agenda. It's unfinished business. We have the city manager's report. Mr. Sagan.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few things. The Bringing Up program wrapped up on May 3rd. It was prolonged because of the weather. The crews took in 100 loads of trash to the landfill, which equals 327.22 tons of material that was picked up. It's a great program. It not only gets rid of nuisance in the community, about that. Sales and lodging taxes are down again for the month of April. Those taxes are actually collected in the month of March, but remitted in April. Sales tax was down 0.82%, or $4,991.
Next thing on the agenda is the communication.
Lodging taxes were down 27.21%, or $3,343.35. From a sales tax perspective for the year, we are ahead by 1.35%, or $30,000. So I think we're okay. The 6th Street water line replacement project should be wrapped up next week, which is actually this week. And as soon as the contract is done at the Broadway Shopping Center, we expect that the 6th Street will be paved. The anticipated advertisement date for the Division Street water line is being done before the S-curve is scheduled for May 10th. The manhole replacement project, and that's the 18 manholes on the real deep sewer line, is 25% complete. Wastewater collection crews are out cleaning the sewer lines. We have ordered the stone for the bronze statue bays that are on West Main Street. We have processed the purchase order for sod for Chairs Park. Parks, Library, and Recreation is working on the request for proposals for the master plan for the Riverbox property. And as soon as, just a reminder, the 3rd annual Tread the Trail and the 2nd annual Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics is scheduled for May 20th, starting at 9:30. The Special Olympic Torch Run will start at Columbine, and then come downtown at West Main to Pioneer Park. The Tread the Trails will start at Pioneer Park. This coming Saturday, there's a fundraiser, a 5K fun walk and run for Sean Renewal. Incurs some expenses that are not covered by his health insurance while he receives treatment for his throat cancer. That event will be held at Pioneer Park from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Will include hamburgers and hot dogs. It's donation for the event. And I also Had a conversation with the RE1 Valley School District Board of Directors regarding the potential use of sales tax for their funding dilemma. There appears to be 6 cities that do collect a sales tax for school districts. I was upfront with them and told them that's, for my own personal opinion, most cities and myself would not support a sales tax since that's what cities rely on. 78% of our taxes are from sales tax, and the balance from that primarily is property taxes. So it's a major impact, but they're just looking at possibilities, even though the legislature, I think this week, just passed some legislation that'll provide some relief. And that's all I have this evening.
Thing on the agenda, under new business, we have the introduction of new city employees. And this time I'd like to call Fire Chief Ritter to step up.
Good evening. Tonight I have the privilege of introducing some of the new people that we just hired. We recently did a testing process and hired 3 new people, and also did some promotions and promoted 2. I've got most of those folks with me tonight.
I think this link just passed some legislation.
Introduce themselves and tell a little bit about themselves.
Hello, I'm Jason Bostron. I was promoted to captain. I've been with Sterling Fire Department since 2001 as a volunteer, and career since 2005. Born and raised here, have a little girl, and hoping to have my whole career here. I guess I also am going to introduce 2 guys that aren't here. Troy Kineshita was promoted to lieutenant. He's been with the fire department for 4 years. He's a paramedic, and we also hired Dylan Workman, who came to us from Hawkstone and went through our fire academy.
And I've been with the fire department for about 4 years now. Started out as volunteer and then part-time. I was not born here, but I lived here most of my life. Excited to work for Sterling Fire Department and continue on with my career.
My name is Connor Rodson. I come from Parker, Colorado. I've been a volunteer with Sterling since 2015, I believe, and I was hired on recently. Telling me being here today. I'm very excited to serve the people in Sterling, and look forward to aiding the community and spending the majority of my career here.
All 5 of the people, the 2 that was promoted, and the 3 that we hired, all 5 came through the EJC Fire Science program. So there's a lot of folks that work with and train with us for some time now. Thank you.
Thank you. Next thing on the agenda is a presentation of Police Week Proclamation. This time, if I have Police Chief come up and meet in front, please. Thank you. It's an honor to be here, especially with you, Chief. Great to be here today. I submit this proclamation. Since whereas the week of May 14th to the 20th, 2017 is National Police Week, and whereas the safety and well-being of the city of Sterling is important to the prosperity of Colorado's families and communities, and whereas police officers throughout our community are dedicated to protecting and serving Sterling neighborhoods, schools, and families, and whereas police officers risk their lives each and every day in order for public safety and enforce the laws of the land, and whereas Sterling values the courage, devotion, community, state, and local police, as our collective prosperity depends on the integrity, which our law enforcement officers maintain peace and security. And whereas Police Week gives Sterling citizens an opportunity to honor the families of those who continue to protect and serve our communities. Now, therefore, I, Dan Torres, Jr., Mayor of the City of Sterling, by virtue of the authority vested in me, formally designate May 14th to the 20th, 2017 as Police Week. The City of Sterling publicly salute the service of law enforcement officers in the community and in communities across the nation. In witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and caused to be affixed the official seal of the City of Sterling, dated this 9th day of May of 2017. So, Chief, congratulations. We have another proclamation. It's for the, I can have Chief Gonzalez here. Thank you. Again, another proclamation, and again, this is the one before. I feel privileged and honored to be reading this. Whereas America is the land of freedom, preserved and protected willingly and freely by citizen soldiers, and whereas millions who have answered the call to arms have died on the field of battle, and whereas a nation of peace must be reminded of the price of war and the debt owed to those who have died in war, and whereas the poppy has been designated as the symbol of sacrifice of lives in all wars, and whereas the American Legion Auxiliary has pledged to remind Americans annually of this debt through the distribution of the memorial flower. Now therefore, I, Dan Torres, Jr., Mayor of the City of Sterling, Colorado, do hereby proclaim Saturday the 20th day of May, 2017, as American Legion Post 20 and American Legion Auxiliary Poppy Day, and ask that all citizens pay tribute to those that made the ultimate sacrifice in the name of freedom by wearing the memorial poppy on this day. In witness whereof I have gone to set my hand and cause to be affixed to the City of Sterling, dated this 9th day of May of 2017. I'd like to Next thing on the agenda is the appointment of Sterling Urban Renewal Authority board members. You have in your packet the Friends of the Cemetery and the City Council. And at this time, when that day comes, I definitely welcome all of you who are here for that reason to show up there. And this will be a work session that will be strictly for that purpose, and that will allow time to have a voice. So again,
it has been made abundantly clear to me the frustrations of concerned citizens in this county, and I can sympathize that after 6+ years they want a solution. But I would just ask for a little more patience and time for both governments to find and implement a solution. I believe we are getting close to having a solution that has minimal costs, decreased liability concerns, and a future of well-maintained cemetery that we all can be proud of. Now, on the plan that I submitted, that you all have a copy of, I'll just run through the steps that kind of came up with here initially. So the first part is each entity, the City of Sterling, Logan County, and Friends of Sunset, are crucial components in coming up with a long-term solution to the cemetery. Even with all three working together, we still need strong community support to proceed. Now, on the first step would be the City of Sterling and Logan County coming together in that joint session to answer questions like who will own the land, how will the intergovernmental agreement work initially, and what are the liabilities involved. Each entity, the City of Sterling, Logan County. Step 2 would be a public fundraising effort. The Friends of Sunset Group and other interested parties have expressed a strong desire for even with all three working together to assist. They have agreed to host a fundraiser and auction to kickstart this transition. First step on race city is to conduct a ground radar survey and to provide funding for 25% future grant match. Removing the liabilities is at the core of this whole issue. The ground penetration study would be a big step, and the other liability is torn down on the because of plotting. The county would apply for a DOLA grant to assist in the cost of demolition of the building. Due to the presence of asbestos, efforts have already been made at acquiring a permit from the state for one-time asbestos liabilities. And lastly, the issue of prepaid plots would be a topic of discussion at the joint session staff and the other liability that was torn down. Finally, the last step would be the county and city roles. The county would apply due to the inability of the county to operate a cemetery, and the city of Sterling's main role would be to manage due to the presence of asbestos. While a very small amount, approximately $60,000 perpetual funding might go to the city. Costs of future burials would most likely be plots with the cost of a cemetery. The county, through the intergovernmental agreement, would finally be part of the cemetery. This would be designed as a nature bike to the quality path around the exterior portions of the cemetery. We would accomplish this by applying for the Great Outdoors Colorado grant to assist with construction along the path, beautification efforts, and for future burials, the ongoing maintenance of the property. The ongoing maintenance would also include county operations, government agreement. Now, I did leave, this would be designed as a nature reasons that are created on the cemetery. And I think it would accomplish this by questions on the radar joint session. And if everyone was on board with the application efforts and for future burials, for ongoing maintenance of the property. The ongoing maintenance will speak to county operations,
setting Well, again, that is, it sounds like, first of all, we already. Hey, if you can make the decision, you can make on the 7th, can't take it.
I don't know, how many public comments you're going to have, so I'm just going to be my longer session. Okay, so May 30th at the Heritage Center. That's a big change. I don't know, how many public comments you're going to have, so I'm just going to be my Thank you, guys. I will. If there's any problem, I'll let you know. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we go on, I want to commend both of you here for that reason. That
If there's any problem.
it's good to see the support. Commissioner McBride.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we go on, I want to commend both of you here for that reason. Next thing on the agenda is good resolution number 5-1-17. It's there in 2017. At this time, I'll
Julie George, Livewell here for that council.
Next thing on the agenda
The
is
city's trust and council's action for the resolutions.
resolution number 5-1-17.
HEAL program. This resolution approves the city to join the Livewell Healthy Eating and Active Living (HAL) cities and town campaign with the goal to increase access to healthy eating and active living. The campaign provides coaching and technical assistance to support this process. By adopting the resolution, the city will be eligible for technical assistance, services, and public relations department. This resolution approves the financial impact of healthy eating and active living.
So now ask for motion.
Cities and town campaign with the goal to increase access to healthy eating and active living. This resolution approves financial
Moved by Councilman Price, second by now ask for motion. Resolution number
Motion passes.
Next thing on the agenda is resolution number 5-2-17, series 2017.
Thank you, Mayor. This resolution approves a memorandum of understanding with the state for plan to upgrade digital truck radio systems in the city's emergency communications center, which upgrades are scheduled to commence during the third quarter of the calendar year 2017 by and thereafter until the final software upgrade is completed the calendar year 2025. This MOU requires the city as a planning agency to formally accept the software upgrades and to remain active and connect as a usable partner of the DTR system, which upgrades are scheduled 2 years in the completion of the software upgrade. The DTR system, 800 megahertz radio, is fire radios, calling first responders use to communicate amongst themselves. This is the city as a planning
addition to that, they plan on residential also, which is a truck that's going to achieve more. We have 3 gas trucks this year. The fire department does annual training on wildfires, basic wildfires, that's called subdivision. It's basic course that you go through to get ready to certify. Everybody at the department goes through, gets that basic. So in addition to that, they have 3 as well as the pack test, which is carrying a 45-pound pack, walking miles in 45 minutes. Passes that test annually, as well as our regular physical agility test. So we maintain our light card certification. We also are a fire lights community. Fire department, we do some of that stuff. We look at things streamline people to keep a defensible space around their house. It's not so much a deal in the city, but as in the county, that's no space around your house, moving stuff that's supposed to go away from your house. So the fire does come through, defensible spaces around their house. It's not so much a deal in the city. There's no questions.
You have the red card certificate did come. So how often? Certified. Every year.
We have the agility test that we do, which you do that test every year as well. Everybody has to pass both of those tests.
Just curious, how much did you say that backpack weighed?
We have the pack that we wear for the test, which is 25 pounds.
Just, what's the average typically the time?
Average time, you have some guys that walk really fast.
How much did you say that backpack
35.
weighed?
You know, the pack that we wear for the test is 25.
Just, what's the average typically?
Pretty much time. Yeah. You have some guys that walk really fast.
6'5".
We also have a guys truck, probably 2 years ago now. We used it for flood, for us, asphalt. But we were able to obtain a 1,000-gallon tank that had pump. And we also have the state of Colorado that costs just for us. 2 years ago now, that tank will bring us over the rest of it. So we will grass fires, transportation,
And you said that was a 6 black?
the truck itself costs the city $500. By the time we see all the lights, have that truck
You said that was a 6 later. Questions,
the
comments?
truck itself costs the city $500.
Again, I'd like to thank you for being prior to the county. Like you said, no ways out, this is this. Again, I'd like to thank you. Just say it again in front of those of you who didn't know that. This time.
Just to have 2 of the commissioners still here, I'd like to compliment them for their emergency manager, Kyle Bolton, who emergency operations during both those events. It's an interesting process to see how fires are managed at that level, recognizing the incident command, which was underneath Chief Ritter, what he's doing out there, and then trying to find the resources that he needs, getting the information out. It's an interesting process. Commissioners are there. If it's at the city, we have have city council there as policymakers. But we're there to help find those resources so they can do their job. And Kyle did an exceptional job, and he's only been in the job, I want to say, for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. But he's learned well. He's very enthusiastic, so you've got a good man there.
Pass it on.
Yeah, no pun intended, he got thrown into the fire. But he did. He did. Okay, next thing on the agenda is miscellaneous business, and the member of the council has any comments concerning the business they'd like to address at this time?
Yeah, I'd like to mention one thought. It's just a thought. You know, we need more housing in Sterling. On behalf of the city, to sit on the Logan County Economic Development Corporation board, and we've had discussions about needing more housing. We have, you know, a builder here tonight on Hawkstone that's been building houses, and I know builders in town that like to be building houses. They always stay busy to sit on the Logan County Economic Development. I remember attending several 30 years ago for the Logan County Builders Association. Had a dates to builder here, but I don't know about all they did. Logan County Builders Association, they did meet, did talk down the building, and probably a few of them are still around as far as giving us like historic perspective. I remember attending, I sure like to see more discussion county builders with builders about dates to get money to build out it and we'll develop Logan County builders. I let you know that years ago we were building more around lockdown than building in Sterling. Probably a few of them built around the city for a charge and just to the audience in general, have any thoughts about that? Build we do have big planes and people aren't moving money to go out and buy. Anybody has any thoughts on that? The collective is really good. We can do to get more buildings done. And of course, all it needs is donation and a whole lot of money. But I'm sure we'll see more happen. Thank you.
Thanks. Any other? Seeing none, then next thing on the agenda is again, thank you very much all of you for showing up. We'd like to see this kind of audience
You bet. Nice to have you here.
What are you saying? You don't want us? No, I'm saying. I know it's late, but I'll bring coffee. Me too. I don't purposely try. I'm just saying you probably could drink some. It's because I started drinking those red eyes, you know, which is like little shots of espresso and black coffee. Yeah, and then you just, you know, my tolerance is just so yeah, I sometimes. No, me. Well, thank you again.
Oh, definitely.
I don't.